I'd like to build an air filter for my wood shop. There's a lot of dust that goes in the air, and it'd be nice to get something to kind of clean it up so I could not have to always take things outside in the winter when I want to work on them. So I found this design that I like best of everything out there on YouTube. A guy named Jay Bates posted this up. I want to give him credit. I'm going to take this and make a few changes to make it my own. This is a SketchUp rendering of my design. Made a few changes. I took his panels and moved them from the bottom up to the top. And then I want to recess my switch, my speed control, and I'd like to have a power outlet on here as well. So let's get started. Okay, this will be the heart of the system right here. I picked this blower up on Craigslist for $50. And the way it works is it draws air in from the sides and pushes it out the front. And it's a completely enclosed unit. The motor's right up inside of it. And it actually came with a speed control too, so that'll be kind of nice. So you can go from 0 to 10. And let me show you, I've temporarily wired this up just to test it out. So there we are running at the lowest speed right now. Bring it up to about half speed, and you can see puts out a good amount of air. So I kind of like that speed control. I only wish it went to 11. My goal in building this air filtration system for my shop is to use as much of the materials as I already have on hand. And so, for example, I'd like to put, a switch on it, on-off switch, and I'd like to have power so that I could plug something in there that I can set on top of this cabinet. So I've got these left over from our house remodel. I still need to buy a switch plate. I don't have a single switch plate that I can put on there. And I'll have to buy a box to mount the speed control, and all that will go right on the front of this cabinet. So I piece together all the wood I need for the structure. So I use this is a 3/4 inch piece of plywood. It was left over from the underlayment when we put the addition on to the mudroom. So that will make my top and my bottom. I've got a piece of 1/2 inch oak plywood. I used this when I built, I think, the caps for the walls downstairs, the little concrete knee walls in the basement. So you can use that for the front panel where I'm going to mount my switches. And then I've got some leftover, I don't know where this is from. It's just some 3/4 inch pine. I think it was maybe trim when I was working on the garage here. So I'll use that to kind of as filler panels to support the filters. And then finally, I didn't have any 2x4s, but I do have these 2x8s that were the feet on that compressor I bought, and I pulled them off, and I typically don't throw away stuff like this. So I can rip these down to 2x4s to make my vertical supports. All right, here's a confession. those side supports that I cut earlier, I got a little hasty and just put those together. It turns out they were all wrong, so I had to find some more scrap wood and recut these. And thought I'd wait until I had my filters in hand so that I could set those in and then cut everything else to fit, rather than just trying to go based on specification, because sometimes these aren't exactly what they say they are. So I've got my depth, for example, exactly at the thickness of these. They claim that they're 1 inch. This was a little different than 1 inch, so I was able to get that right on. And so now what I need to do is I'll make my top and my bottom. And now that I've got these, I can fit those exactly. So I'll take my 3/4 inch plywood now and cut that. Once that's done, then I'll make these filler panels that go in here. And these filler panels, they give me a little extra height because I'd like to use this cart to put my planer on. But it also gives it a little more lateral strength. So let's get started. We'll start by squaring up the end. Okay, now I need to go 20 3/4. Okay, next I'm going to make the face plate. That face plate is 20 by 31. Let's check our fit. Looks good. I just need to run a backer behind, right behind the top and the bottom here, so I've got something to attach. All right, jumped ahead. I've got all of the bracing in and all of the panels. Let's just put these wheels on now. Got a nice fit. What I want to do is, this is 1/2 inch plywood. This is a 1/2 inch lip, so I'm going to put screws in here when I'm done to lock that in. And it should be perfect. Now let's figure out where we're going to put the switches in the outlet. So that's it, it's all done. I put a coat of gray paint on it just to match the other tools in the shop. And I also set it up so that this cord just stows right inside. So let's plug this in. Let's give it a test. Alright, so not only is it a dust collector, and one of the things I was planning on for this one is not just to use it as a dust collector, but also as exhaust. I do have this outlet here. My plan is to make a panel that fits in the bottom of the garage door so I can bring the garage door up just high enough so that this exhausts out. Have a panel to block everything else, and then I can blow fumes out of the garage when I need to. Now, the other thing this will do is double as a base for my planer. So it will go on here, something like this. And I can plug the planer into the outlet down here, so it's all self-contained. Okay, the project is done. The other thing I want to be able to do is wheel this out into the garage on the other side. I've noticed that when I grind out there, I can put a cloud in the air as well. So this can be used just about anywhere I need it. Thanks for watching.